Budgit, a civic organization that uses creative technology to simplify public information, on Tuesday presented the report of the 2024 fiscal performance, with Rivers, Lagos, Anambra, Kwara, and Cross River on top. At the presentation in Abuja, tagged State of States 2024 edition, moving healthcare delivery from suboptimal to optimal summit. The organization also ranked Jigawa, Bayelsa, Yobe, Plateau, and Imo as the list. While presenting the report, Inyobong Hussein, a member of the Budgit team, emphasized that states should mind the rate at which they collect dollar-dominated loans due to the high dollar exchange rate. Instead, they should seek for means to increase their internally generated revenue to fund their projects.
If you look at one of the offshoots of one of the major policy reforms of the Tinubu administration, which was with the liberalization of the Naira, the exchange rate went from about 899 Naira to the dollar from December 31st, 2023 to over 1,600 Naira as at now. And when I go into the numbers, you would see how much the debts of the states have increased as a result of that devaluation of the Naira. So it's important that the states check, the appetite for accumulating dollar-denominated loans, especially in this high interest rate environment.
Tayo Odowoju of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, in his keynote, discussed Nigerian healthcare journey from vulnerability to relative stability, highlighting key challenges and priorities.
Since 2015, the open government principles and practices, which, Stanley and a few other Nigerians managed to bully me into cheering longer than I was tenured to chair. I think I'm the longest co-chair of the Open Government Partnership in Nigeria. We again worked across the states with Budgit as a partner in the budget transparency component of the Open Government Principles to deepen sub-national transparency. And here's the truth, the governors came along. And it's because the governors came along that the open data system today that forms the basis for seeing all this data that comes up to create this state of states report is possible.
In the panel discussion hosted by Olayinka Babalola on healthcare service delivery in Nigeria, challenges and key reforms, Dr. Adezi Ore, the Commissioner for Health in Rivers State, emphasized the power of community advocacy in influencing government action on health issues. She called for a formal compliant system to convey public concerns and advocated for social health insurance to ensure access.
What we've done recently in the state is to reactivate medical emergency services with call centers, not just for deploying of ambulances, but we also have dedicated lines simply for complaints. And the reason is, if we don't publicize the fact that we are welcoming public perception, public feedback, everybody thinks it's business as usual and that it is just government and you use it where you can, but there's no system to engage or take on board the recommendations from the public.
Dr. Bello Jamo, Executive Secretary, Primary Healthcare, Kaduna State, proposed annual hiring targets, digital tracking for healthcare workers, and ongoing staff training, which were all implementation in Kaduna State.
So the one thing that Kaduna State is doing, at least in the immediate, is recruitment. There is recently a legislation by His Excellency the Executive Governor, Senator Pasani, to promptly replace all the staff that have exited the service over the last 1 year. That amounted to about 388 of them. This is the first legislation.
In his closing remarks, Oluseun Onigbinde urged a commitment to long-term growth in healthcare rather than initiative that yield only immediate benefits.
Adequately compensated for. When government is open to do that, I think a lot more people would. It will not balance out. You will not get the 300 to 400,000 opportunity that people can get in the US. A lot of people also don't want that life. They don't want to relocate, but they want a fair deal of what is right and what is proper.
Signature TV interviewed Gabriel Okiowo, the country director of Budgit, and he says,
last year and this year, our focus has been on health, and that is why you will see that we are discussing health in there. The essence for that is because health is a critical component of our development, right? And one of the recommendations that you see there is the need for state government to prioritize investments in health, and not just in terms of budgetary allocation, but also in terms of actual releases, so that the health of citizens can improve, knowing fully well that when we have improved when the health of the citizens are improved, we also have a healthy economy.
In Abuja, Nasir Usman for Signature TV News.